Kia ora whanau, how are we? Hamish Hiroki, video number 2. I'm going to touch on tonight why I joined, you know. I've been asked a lot, what made you go down that path, bro? You know, was it your upbringing or anything like that? And it was nothing to do with that. It was hanging around the wrong crowd. But in saying that, you don't know that at the time, you know. You think you're doing the right thing, so, well, not the right thing, but you want to be part of something that's bigger than just yourself, you know. You want to feel that love, you want to feel that bond, the connection with the brothers, and, you know, you want to party with the brothers and all that sort of stuff. So that was appealing to me, you know. I was like, yeah, man, I would love to be on the bike and just travel up and down the country and have fun. And I did have a lot of good times, man. I had a lot of good times. I'm not here to bag it out and say that I didn't, because I did. I had a lot of good times. But it's where the good times led me, you know. That's what this is all about. It's about trying to get younger guys to actually stop and hopefully open your ears and listen to what a president of one club had and then a national president of another club. I know what I'm talking about, right? Because I've seen it, you know. I have life experience. I know exactly what happened, how it unfolded, and everything, you know. And you're led to believe that their brotherhood is for the cause, brother, for the cause. But we'll touch on that, you know. So the first club I joined was Highway 61s. I still talk to some of senior members. I still have a lot of respect for them, you know. Select few, you know, because they have done nothing but show me love, man. Like, even after leaving, you know, they were always good to me in the club. So I have nothing but respect for those fellas, you know. They'll know who they are, yeah. And so I joined the Highways just to be part of a brotherhood, you know, something bigger than myself. And I didn't really know what I was signing up to, you know, because I hadn't been in a gang before. You know, I had plenty of family that's in gangs and stuff, but I myself had never been in one. Yeah, you know, as opposed, you know, as you're a kid, you know, you get into the whole sort of Bloods and Crips thing, you know, at school. But like gangs, you know, I'm talking about in a organised club, you know. So I like to call them clubs. I don't really like to use the word gang because, yeah, that's like, I joined motorcycle clubs. I didn't join motorcycle gangs. So, yeah, that's why I call them clubs. And with the Highways, I become president after 6 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks. Because the president at the time, he retired, and then we had a vote and they voted me in. So, and, you know, they asked me if I wanted it, and I was, oh, well, yeah, you know, I have a shot at it. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, man. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was just winging it, you know. And, yeah, I was winging it, and things just snowballed. It was sort of like it was out of your hands, because there's a way that world works, and that's through violence. That's through violence and through, like, if you're full of shit and you join that world, you're going to get found out pretty quick, you know. So even though I hadn't been in that world before, I had my big boy pants on, and whatever needed to be done, I was willing to do, you know. I was willing to do, and without really thinking about the consequences, you know, because you don't think about the consequences while you're young and you're surrounded by people that are feeding off what you're doing, like, fuck, bro, you're out the gate, you know. And that feeds your ego, you know. It feeds your ego, and it makes you want to do more, because you're gaining respect. You're gaining respect off people, you know, and through violence or through whatever it is, you know. If you're good at making money or whatever it is, if you're good at something in that world, you will gain respect, you know. And it's misleading, because you think it's respect, but it's not. It's people are fearing you, like, but you're feeding off it, you know. And it's giving you the false illusion of you're more than what you actually are, you know. And before I knew it, I was doing things and I was making calls and doing shots of like stuff that 5 years prior to my gang life, I wouldn't have dreamt of doing. I wouldn't have dreamt of doing half the shit that I've done, you know. And it's not until you grow a conscience, you actually sit back and like, fuck, you know. Everybody else can see you changing except yourself, you know. My whānau, they could see me changing, you know. My mum, my grandma, they could see me. My exterior was hardening, you know. My emotions and stuff were being buried because of the shit that I was doing was just out the gate, you know. But you didn't really have time to actually sit there and think about it because you didn't want to be weak, you know. So you had to do it. And if you were seen as not being down for the brothers or the cause, it wouldn't be long until you're, you know, your assholed out, you know. So, of course, you've joined a brotherhood to fit in and to belong. So, of course, that motivation is going to make you do things that you wouldn't usually do, you know. I'm talking to you young fellas, right? Because there's so many lessons to be learned here, you know. I haven't seen a national president and that sit here and explain things like this, you know. I sure as shit wish there was, because it probably would have stopped me from joining, you know, the gangs or clubs, you know. Now, I'm only talking about my experiences here. I'm not talking about anybody else's fucking experiences. And if you get a sore bum off this, well, you've got to ask yourself why, you know. Because I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me, Hamish Hiroki. So, yeah. And like I said, the reason for these is to stop maybe you watching this now from making a stupid decision that thousands of men thousands of boys like you, when we join, we think we're doing the right thing at the time, you know. We think it's the best option because you're only thinking about the here and now. You want to feel loved and you want to feel part of something now, you know. Well, that's the way that I worked. Very impatient. And to be fair, that's something I'm still working on. Yeah. I'm not the most patient man in the world, but hey, we're all learning. We're all learning as we go. Every day we're learning. So yeah, I hope your ears are open to this message, man. And if you're thinking about joining a club or a gang, why? For the brotherhood? Now, let me get into the brotherhood, right? Now, I'm talking from my experiences, from what I've seen in many other clubs. It's similar shit, different days, you know? You don't have to watch out for another club, no. As weird as that sounds, you don't have to watch out for another club taking you out. It's not entirely true. Like, you do, but you don't. You've got to worry about your own brothers, believe it or not. It is your own brothers that will bring you down. It is them that will put the knives in. It is them that will backstab you. It is them that will talk shit about you. It is them that will... Because if you're successful in that world, you reap the rewards, whatever it may be, you know. You'll reap the rewards, and people that don't have the apple or the guts to do what you're doing will get jealous of what you're doing because they'll see you getting money and they'll see you with the flash gears. They'll see you with this and that. Jealousy will kill and destroy a chapter. It'll bring a chapter down, you know. I don't care what anyone says. Jealousy will bring a chapter down, you know. And I've seen so many chapters of different clubs. I seen this shit happen and I thought it would never ever happen to me. I was like, nah, the brothers love me, man. You know, we hit the piss and the brothers tell me, bro, I'll fucking die for you, bro. Bro, I'll take a bullet for you, bro. Bullshit. They will not. They will not. Even when they're pissed, full of super juice, yes. Maybe, you know. But when shit hits the fan, where are they, bro? And I'm just speaking from my experiences. They ain't beside you. I tell you right now, they will leave you out in the cold, bro. They will, you know. And like I said, it's up to you if you want to take this on board or not, you know. But if you do join, and when this happens to you, because it will, think about this conversation that I'm having with you right now, you know. Ah, man, I should have listened to that handsome fellow with all the tamakos on his face. You know, because that's the reason I say this. You know, by me doing these videos, although it's helping me because I'm getting it off my chest, I'm gaining nothing from this, you know. I'm gaining nothing from this except probably smart-ass fucking comments that are just going to be, oh, bro, you're full of shit, you're this, that, which I don't care about. But ask yourself, why is this fella doing these if his intentions aren't to help people, you know? I've been on this journey now of Life After Gangs for 2 years, going up 2 years. And it would be a lie if I said that I didn't think about going back in the early stages, you know, because things were hard, man. Things were hard. I had people showing up to my house. I had people turning on me left, right, and center. And I was like, what? And it took me a long time to make sense of it. You know, I was like, fuck, how could you have guys that saying they would die for you do a complete 180 and then they're taking pot shots at you, you know? How does that work, you know? Because I've been shot at since I've left, you know, that world. I've had nothing but bullshit since I've left that world, you know. And I, hand on heart, had never fucked anyone over in that world. All my deals were always above table. I never ripped anyone off. I never did a dirty on anyone. But I did rule with the iron fist. If I felt you deserved it, you got it, you know? Simple as that. That's how that world works. But it was never for no reason. You know what I mean? So, young fellas, take this on board, because you may have friends that are like, bro, let's go hang out with these fellas, bro. Bro, they're tough, bro. They're this, they're that. Hey, they may be tough and all that. Being tough is not the only thing to be, right? Your mentality as a boy is be tough. Your mentality as you grow up and be a man is to be a man. And what is to be a man? It is to stand on your feet, your own 2 feet, and provide for your whānau, you know? When you had kids, like when I had kids, it changed everything for me. It changed everything, because my actions now were no longer just affecting me. They were affecting my kids, you know? Like, there was times that we, you know, were at war with other clubs. I had guys parked up at the front of my house, all tooled up, ready in case anything happened. Now, this is a family home, right? Years ago, that, you know, just wouldn't have happened. I believe, years ago, the gangs and the old boys, like the lifers of the clubs that are around, they had morals, you know, they had boundaries, you know, and your house was off bounds regardless. Your house was off bounds no matter what. You've got gangsters now that see that as a weakness. They see that as a target because you've got a family, you know, and that is fucking bullshit. That is bullshit in my books, you know. That's weak alone, you know. By a man to think that, you're not a man, you're a coward. You're a coward to think like that, you know. To even, like, to even walk up to another man with his kids and his wife around and try and flex and be tough. How the fuck is that tough, you know? Bro, get at me when it's just me and you. Sweet, all good, all good. But when your whānau's around, there's nothing tough in that. There is nothing tough. Because there's no way that I would lash out and have a punch up right in front of my kids. You know, that's the shit that I grew up with. You know, and I'm still finding ways to navigate through that hurt and that hurt and fucking trauma myself. You know, so there's no way that I would do that in front of my kids. But yeah, you've got gangsters that think that that's tough. That's not tough at all. So, young fellas, really, really look into what you're about to do, because once you join, in a lot of clubs, it's hard to get out, you know, and you make it as hard for yourself. Well, some clubs, you may get shot, you get bashed, you know, you'll get bashed leaving, but you think you're a man when you're about to sign on with the club, right? You know, oh yeah, you know, I want to be part of the brothers, I want to be down for the cause, yeah, sweet. And then when you're in there and you start doing things that like, fuck, and if that's not you, because that's what the prospecting period's for, right? The prospecting period is for, you know, the club to work out if you've got the goods, you know, if you're going to be loyal, and, you know, they work out if what you're good at and all that sort of stuff. And I've seen a lot of presidents use their guys, man. They will use them. They will fucking use them and just throw them away. They'll throw them away. Meaning, once you serve your purpose, whether it be, here bro, take kilos of this there, or go and do this or that, you're the one that's putting your life on the line, you know? It's 2021. You don't need to do that shit anymore, you know? There's jobs out there, you know? There's courses out there. Like, there's ways up. You don't need to go to gangs. You don't. You know? And I hope this message really hits you, really sinks in, man, because I'm trying to save you. That's what it comes down to, you know? And it's not my job to do that. I'm doing that because the heartache and trauma and shit that I've put myself through, and I'm not saying that I'm big and tough and all that sort of shit, but there's a lot of people that don't make it through it, you know? There's a lot of people that don't make it through it, you know? And I don't want you to be one of them. That is purely why this message is here. I don't want you to be another person that's joined a gang and got shot. For fucking what? You know? For feeling loved and belonging. That love and belonging, bro, it's an illusion, you know? If you want to feel like loved and stuff, go and join a church, or go and join something like that that is not going to use you and make you put your life and freedom on the line, you know? Because that's all you're doing, you know? And you're not going to get away with it. 2021. Police and that are too smart, mate. They got 24-hour surveillance. They got everything. You cannot get away with shit. And you've only got to read, watch the news and stuff, you know? And things are slowly coming out of the woodworks from years ago, right? So they're now going back and catching the guys that were doing shit years ago, you know? So you think you're going to get away with it, but you're not, you know? But at the end of the day, it is your life. And like I said, this is a hope channel. I'm hoping that you listen, and I'm hoping that you make a better conscious decision with taking what I'm saying on board, you know? I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to piss in your pocket. For one, I don't even know you. I don't even know who's going to watch this. But I'm hoping that it does save one person. And it sounds so cliche, oh, I hope it just saves one person. Nah, I hope it saves thousands of people, thousands of young fellas from making the stupid mistakes that I made, you know? Because like I said in my first video, trying to fit back into society after the hurt and trauma that you put yourself through in the gangs, it's not easy, man. It is not easy. And I'm pretty headstrong. I am pretty headstrong. And I am finding it very hard to fit back in, you know? And yeah. I'm going to leave it there because I've gone for bloody 20 minutes again. But yeah, I hope that gives you a little hindsight into why I joined and what happened and the illusion and the carrot that's dangled, you know, because I know that now clubs are offering bikes for you to sign on, and gold chains and gold sovereign rings and all that shit. Man, that shit means nothing when you go to jail. It all comes back and then it's put on to the next sucker. Here's the bike and the sovereign rings, and here's the carrot, bro. Come and have a bite, you know. Oh, he's in jail. Take it all off him, the bike, the whole lot. Here, bro, on to the next fella. That's how it works. That's how it works. I'm telling you now. Love, light and happiness, whānau. I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, we'll catch up soon. And like I said, I've split it into topics. I'm not sure what the next one is, but yeah, I will cover it. I don't know when I'll get around to doing it, but yeah, when I got some spare time, and I feel like diving back into old memories, you know, because I turned the channel off because of, you know, my past and constantly thinking about it and stuff like that. And I'm trying to move forward as a person. So by me talking about it, although it helps me, it brings a lot of bullshit back too. So yeah, I hope you take it on board. Love, light and happiness, whānau. Have a mean week. Kia ora.